Hey, you guys. Peace and blessings to my people. Um, I'm coming to you guys real quick because it is late at night and I am pretty doggone tired. But I just wanted to get this out the way while it's on my mind. I gotta, y'all might have to bear with me because it's a bit of a rant. But nonetheless, I gotta do it. I was going through my Facebook account when I realized that uh, um I had some I had posted or commented on one or two things earlier today, and they ended up popping up in my feed and showing up on my notifications. So I just went back to check because I had a concern and I had a real live question that I needed answered, and not needed answered, but that I asked. And when I ask a question, I do expect a response, especially if you're on my friends list. Now, um, so I come up. Okay, so I earlier this morning, very early this morning, I came across a picture of a syringe on the street, and it was a post from one of my Facebook friends, not really my people, a white woman that I play games. We play games together, so she's on my friends list, to say the least. Now, my only concern was like when she posted the picture, I'm like, oh my god, like, she said something like, I'm walking through the neighborhood and this is what I see. And I've seen, some posts from her before. She lives in like a really like a hood neighborhood. So, my when I saw the picture, I'm like, oh my god. Um she didn't mention anything about, picking it up, disposing of it, or anything. So my only concern as a mother and as someone that cares about the community that I live in, my only question was, did you dispose of it? Did you throw it away? You're on the street. I'm sure you can find a dumpster or, a store that, you can dispose of this, and there's ways to responsibly, go about these type of scenarios. So, like I said, now it's later on in the day and I'm checking my feed and I came across, this, I came across, her, whatever. And, her answer, along with her fans or friends, whatever, was like, oh, she was like, oh, I didn't touch it, or I won't touch it, or I wouldn't touch it, or some bullshit like that. And, she's got her little cheerleaders like, girl, don't touch that, la 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 la. And her own sister is telling her, like, girl, you should have thrown it away, you should have thrown it away, you should have thrown it away. So at this point, you know, um, I'm like, that's, totally bullshit. Like, I'm reading and I'm not appreciating what I'm seeing. And I was bothered. I was bothered by it because I know that this girl has children of her own. I've seen pictures of her, showing off her kids before. So I didn't understand why, for the sake of not like, if not for the sake of your own children, why did you not dispose of this? Why didn't you pick it up off the ground? Somebody, in her feed, made a comment saying, I saw 5 before I even hit the corner, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself, well, gosh, it's no wonder, your neighborhood is like this. It's no wonder you can take a picture and post it on Facebook, because you guys don't give a fuck about your community. The only thing that I really had to say after that was, well, what about, the children who play in the streets? And, I just was really concerned about the kids. And I was like, I told her, I don't blame you, I don't judge you. I'm gonna post the, I'm gonna post, I took screenshots. So, I'm definitely going to be exposing this this situation, not just this woman, because I'm not into that, but I'm going to be exposing this situation because clearly there are a lot of people who think like this young woman. So to finish the story before I go on my rant, um, after she said what she had to say, which was basically, I'm like, what about the children? That's my whole thing, is like, what about the kids who play in the street? Like, that's your responsibility. That's your civic duty, to like clean up after your community. I didn't get it. I didn't get it because maybe in California, I don't know. I don't know where this girl's from. Like, I don't know. But her rebuttal to my question, or statement, question slash question, whatever, was, that parents should be responsible for their kids, and I'm not gonna take that home and throw it away in my trash garbage where my kids my kids can get to it, and just totally not taking any responsibility for her actions, because and it's not my fault that nobody else cared about the kids. The person that left the syringe on the street didn't care about the kids, clearly because they're on fucking drugs, because they're addicts, and they don't even care enough about their own personal lives, about their own personal decorum to dispose of this shit. They're high as fuck. They are irresponsible, and we should deem them as such. We should, as adults ourselves, mothers, fathers, anybody who is of parental guidance, anyone who has stepchildren, neighborhood kids that they give a shit about, this is our future. And this is what you want. You want kids walking around like Jocelyn Hernandez in a fucking third world country, or in fucking Cuba, Puerto Rico, walking around pulling needles out of their feet? This is America, okay? And you have a civic fucking duty, okay? I'm an African American woman, and there are a lot of issues in the African American community right now, but we at least are responsible enough. I don't care how you feel about America. I don't care how you feel about the government, the powers that be. We as black people, we take more pride in ourselves than that. You white people all day long will say, you guys are burning your communities, and you're trashing this and loitering and all this bullshit that you guys say. All of these stigmas you place upon black people. All of these stereotypes that you place on black people. I am black people. Okay? I am black people. And I'm sitting here today pissed the fuck off because I can't wait to find out where you are at, so that I can be responsible for your fucking community that I'm probably nowhere the fuck near, just to reach out to your authorities to say, just to go write a letter to to the mayor of your city, just to be involved, because this shit would not happen on my block. This shit would not happen on my block. And the people on my block, we look out for each other. Trust and believe. I'm not going to go into no stories, but trust and believe. We look out for each other. It's no fucking way. If any bullshit is going on in my backyard, my neighbor is calling me, okay, to see what's up. We don't play that shit out here. I'm in Paris. We have drugs. We have dope heads all over. There probably would be a syringe in the street had it not been for somebody saying, hey, there's a syringe in the street. Pick that shit up so we can throw the shit away. And call the cops and let them know that... Call the cops and let them know there are unsavory circumstances going on in my neighborhood. Do you not pay taxes? Do you not have children? There are children. Let me address some shit. Let me calm down. This child of God said to me, if the parents are so irresponsible to let their kids play in the street, are there not... Let me not even go where I want to go first. Let me go here first. Are there not children who are old enough to play outside without supervision? But as children, do children not make mistakes? Could that kid think it's funny to poke another kid? Just being a kid and just being absent-minded, just being a child? To poke another kid, and now that kid has HIV. Or that kid gets a little bit of drugs in his system. You are a fucking dog-ass bitch. You are an irresponsible, no good, worthless citizen of this state to not take fucking ownership over the surroundings that you have to live in. You have to live there. Your kids have to live there. Why in the fuck do you feel it necessary or unnecessary to do your fucking job as a citizen? So what, you don't get paid? You know what you get paid in? Vindication. That's all the fuck you need. I would have more respect for you had you posted that to say, I had to do my damn civic duty because we got goddamn junkies around here. And I had to pick up this damn syringe and dispose of it myself, and I'm mad about it. I would have respected that shit more, because that is a post that I can be proud of, you can be proud of, your children can be proud of, your mother, your father, your fucking aunties, your grandparents. That is something to be said. You wanted to be a cute bitch in that moment. You wanted to be a cute bitch and you thought that shit was cute. Look at how raw my neighborhood is with your dumb fuck ass. And that shit pisses me the fuck off. Okay, you are a white woman with privilege. Be so. You are about the only bitch that does not know that you should be acting and living better than what the fuck you are. Don't just date our men. Don't just have black babies. Don't just try to be in the black community. Bitch, because in the black community, we respect our fucking selves, bitch. Don't get confused by what the fuck you saw on TV growing up. Don't get confused by what the fuck you see on your raggedy ass neighborhood. Those is bum niggas, just like you a bum bitch. Be aware. This is black power. This is black at its fucking finest. This is how the fuck black people act. This is how concerned black people do. And the fact that I have to sit here and make this video and be in my feelings about this shit is what pisses me off the most, because I'm a grown ass woman and I should not have to be doing no shit like this, exposing shit like this. But you convince me that there are still fuck niggas left in the fucking world. You fuck ass, bitch ass, dumb ass motherfucks are still left in the world, still doing dumb shit. Y'all still ain't got y'all fucking mind right. I can't even get my fucking speech together. I think I'm through. I think I've said enough. If you can't take responsibility on your own fucking community, no wonder why your shit sucks. No wonder why it's syringes on your street. Y'all don't even give a fuck. So why do anybody give a fuck about y'all? Why should we give a fuck about y'all? I will let you motherfuckers eat cake. If not for the future. If not for the babies who are left behind to clean up after the lazy, fat, disgusting, pig-headed fucks unlike yourself. Not an unlike yourself. I am disgusted. I am disgusted. The bitch didn't even have enough balls. I tried to keep my fly, and instead of getting into an argument on social media with some random bitch that I will never fucking see in the streets, because never will I run around circles such as yours. So I kept my cool. I had one last concern after everything that I gathered from this fuck shit that I had to deal with. The fuck shit that I had to read. The nerve. I only had one last thing. Like, maybe you're not educated. Maybe no one ever educated you. Maybe, like, you a grown-ass woman. If you a grown-ass woman, maybe I can persuade you and your childish antics, actions, etc. Just maybe. So I asked the bitch how old she was, and she never responded. A cowardice motherfucking move, if I must say so myself. I did not even worry my own pretty little head with trying to see if she moved on to the next subject or anything. I'm not worried about that shit. I'm only worried about one thing: your children and the children around you. That's the only thing I'm worried about. And it should have been what you've been. It should have been what you were worried about. But you worried about getting likes on Facebook. You worried about being the cool bitch. And in my eyes, you a fucking bum bitch. You are a disgrace to your own nation. And you will not be allowed to claim this one. You will not be allowed to throw around slang words. You will not be allowed to have a bunch of black friends in your circle. You definitely not going to have a real bitch like me in your circle. And I'm sorry to my niggas that I had to say real bitch in this moment, but y'all have to understand that old habits die hard, and I'm pissed off right the fuck now. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because meanwhile, my people are being shot like dogs in the street. Sandra Bland being killed, being fucked over for making a difference, for being the opposite